Hi, everybody. It's 6 o'clock, so I'd like to get started. Is the court reporter ready?
I am. Just one moment. Okay, I do have us on the record.
Okay, excellent. I call case number 22M0313 in the matter of the Commission's broadband study and mapping pursuant to the Broadband Connectivity Act. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome. We're here today for a public statement hearing that was noticed on March 5th, 2024. This public statement hearing concerns the Public Service Commission's study and mapping of broadband service, which means high-speed internet service. In a minute, we'll have a presentation from Department of Public Service staff about this study and what we're looking to learn from the public. The public statement hearings held today are intended for public input into the study. My name is Leah Amiot. I'm an administrative law judge for the Department of Public Service. With me today is James Costello, also an administrative law judge from the Department of Public Service. We are responsible for presiding over the hearings in this case. This matter is currently before the Public Service Commission, and the study is being conducted by Department of Public Service staff. Before we get into the details of the study, I want to explain the other ways you can comment in this matter other than by speaking at this hearing. If you did not register to speak at one of the hearings today, but you would like your views included in the record, there are a variety of other ways to comment that were listed in the public notice for these hearings. For those of you with computer access, we are showing a slide with other ways to comment. And all of the details are in the March 5th public notice for today's event. You may submit comments on the department's website, by email, by regular mail, or by phone. And staff will explain in a minute how you can participate by completing our broadband assessment study and our speed test. Regardless of how the comments are submitted, they will be given equal consideration. Comments may be submitted and will be considered throughout the pendency of this proceeding. However, because this study needs to be done in a timely way, we really need your input by April 10th. Justin Maloney from the Department of Public Service staff has a brief presentation explaining this study and the kinds of information we're hoping to get from the public. Justin, are you ready?
I am. Thank you, Your Honor. In April 2021, the legislature passed the Comprehensive Broadband Connectivity Act of 2021. The bill directed the Public Service Commission to study on an annual basis the availability, reliability, and cost of high-speed broadband service in New York State. The Department of Public Service's Office of Telecommunications has dedicated a team responsible for conducting the study and annual updates that are required by the Act, among which includes a first-of-its-kind interactive map with detailed address-level descriptions of New York's broadband infrastructure. We are committed to making this tool something that can be used by everyone, and we need your input to understand what's happening in your communities. Mapping broadband infrastructure is no small task. That's why we use a three-pronged approach. We're using internet service provider data to help us assess gaps statewide. We're conducting field verification of high-speed infrastructure where necessary, and we're hearing straight from the consumer via our Broadband Assessment Survey, the feedback tab on our Broadband Map webpage, and through a series of public statement hearings. We want to hear about your internet accessibility barriers. Among other topics, we're interested in hearing from those of you who are dealing with the following. You lack internet service entirely. Internet is unaffordable to you. You lack ISP competition in your area, and you don't feel like you're getting the speed that you pay for. You can visit the New York State's Public Service Commission broadband map at mapmybroadband.dps.ny.gov. In addition to typing your address and learning more about the service in your area, you can also submit feedback directly to DPS staff, and we encourage you to take our broadband consumer survey. We hope everyone on this call will take this survey by no later than April 10th, 2024. If you're unable to take the survey online due to a lack of connectivity, you can call our toll-free broadband assessment line at 1-855-NYBB-MAP. That's 1-855-692-2627. We want to make every participating New Yorker aware about the wind down of the FCC's Affordable Connectivity Program, also known as the ACP. The program provided discounts toward internet service and is sunsetting in April 2024. You can visit www.fcc.gov/ACP or call 877-384-2575 for more information about the wind down. Thank you.
Thank you, Justin. Now I will explain the process that we are going to follow today. The purpose of our hearing is to provide you with an opportunity to tell the Commission your thoughts on the issues in this proceeding. The statements you make today will become part of the case record. We have a court reporter joining us who will prepare a transcript of the hearing, which will be included in the official record of this proceeding so that your comments can be considered by members of the Commission. When it is ready, the transcript will be available for view on the Department of Public Service website. This hearing is not an evidentiary hearing. There is no cross-examination and there's no opportunity for a question and answer session. But we do want to hear your comments, and this is a forum for that purpose. Now, no one has registered to make any statements, but we would like to open the floor to people who registered to be here but have not made a statement yet. If there's anybody who would like to make a statement, anybody who's participating by phone but would like to speak, or anybody who's participating electronically, you can raise, if you're participating electronically, there's an icon on your screen that looks like a little hand, usually around the lower right of the screen. Click on that. Click on that, and Mr. White from our Consumer Services Office, who's actually running this meeting, will find you in the participant list, call your name, and unmute you. So when he calls your name, please go ahead and make a statement. Anybody else who's participating by phone but would like to speak, please press *3 now on your telephone. Mr. White will find all the people requesting to speak on his screen. We don't have your names if you're calling in by phone, and his screen will show only dial-in caller number X. So there may be several requests at once, and we want to make sure that everyone waits until you hear a beep or are notified that your line has been unmuted before you speak. Mr. White, do you see any requests from any call-in users or electronic participants?
I do now, Your Honor, not at this time.
Okay. Well, anybody who's here can make a comment if you'd like. Otherwise, we will go silent, and we're going to leave this hearing open to give anyone who is arriving late a chance to speak. Again, please let us know, raise your hand or press *3 on your phone if you would like to make a comment. Thank you.
I'll take us off the record here.
Yes, please. Thank you.
Okay, I have us off the record.
Great. Mr. Hubbard, could we go back on the record for a minute?
Sure, one moment. Okay, I have us back on the record.
Excellent. It is now 6:15. We have not had any comments, and the number of attendees is remaining steady. I want to remind everyone that you are free to make a comment using the raise hand icon on your screen. If you're on electronically, you'll see it, the instructions on the slide that's up, or press *3 if you're calling in. And we will call on you and allow you to make a comment. Because no one's showing any inclination of making comments, I'm going to hold the hearing open for another 15 minutes to give anyone else a chance to join and make comments who would like to, and then we will close down. So we can go off the record now.
Okay.
Thank you.
I have us off the record.
Excellent. Thank you.
Judge, we have a raised hand when we're ready to go back on.
Mr. Hubbard, could we go back on the record?
Yeah, one moment. Okay, I do have us back on the record.
Okay, Mr. White, could you unmute the caller or the person with the raised hand?
Yes, please state your name for the record. Thank you. Thank you, Your Honor.
My name is James Ross.
Hello, Mr. Ross. Would you like to go forward with your comment, please?
Yeah, I'm currently serving on my town board, and I have constituents in the town of Galway, New York, that don't have internet access. How do I go about getting access provided to them and getting it installed on their road?
So this hearing is not a forum for answering questions or asking questions, but we do have a website that you can go and ask that question. And also, Justin, could you put on, or Sangeeta, I'm sorry, could you put on the screen the slide that says about our map that has the website? So you can see if you could see on the, can you see that slide, Mr. Ross?
Oh, hold on, I'm getting back to the live.
Slide that says about our map that has the website.
Your Honor, Mr. Ross is calling in from a telephone. Maybe we
Okay. Yep.
we could send it
I'm
to
on the
him.
YouTube as well.
Okay.
Oh, you are, sir. Okay, thank you.
Okay, so then if you see there's at the top of that slide, it says visit New York's PSC broadband map at https://mapmybroadband.dps.newyork.gov. You can go on that website and there's an opportunity there to submit questions. And we also have an email that you can send questions to. If you would like me to give you that email, I can.
Sure.
So the email is broadband mapping. That's just one word, BROADBANDMAPPING at dps.newyork.gov. Staff will be able to answer your questions there.
Well, I was able to get on the map pretty easily, and I could locate the houses that do not have service, and the map says they don't have service. So I'm just wondering how to proceed from here.
Justin, is there an opportunity for him to ask that question on the website?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you. Mr. Ross, there is actually a hyperlink, I believe, at the top right corner of the map where you can take the survey. And there is also a slide tab towards the right center side of that webpage that says provide your map feedback. Now that will also go to the broadband mapping at dps.ny.gov. You can state the concerns that you have for your region. You can state any concerns in specific addresses that do not have service there as well. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Ross.
Are you good with the name, the spelling of the name, Mr. Howard?
If it's ROSS,
ROSS? Is that correct,
Yes,
sir?
it is.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Mr. Ross, if you don't have any additional comments, could you hit *3 on your phone so that your hand is no longer raised? Is there anybody else who would like to make a comment at this time? If you'd like to, please use the raise hand function or hit *3 on your phone. Okay, if nobody else has any comments, We're coming on to 6:30 now. So we're going to wrap up the hearing. Mr. Hubbard, we're back on the record, right?
Yeah, we're on the record.
Okay, great. Okay. I'd like to remind members of the public that they may submit public comments through this proceeding by the other means described earlier and in the notice of public statement hearing issued on March 5th, 2024. But as we explained earlier, we really need to hear from you by April 10th to include your input into the study. I thank Mr. Ross for his participation. And I thank our court reporter and Sangeeta Kalis and Joseph White from our Consumer Services Office for administering this session. The hearing is concluded, so we'll go off the record now.
Thank
Okay,
you.
one moment. Yeah, and I have us off the record.
All right, great. Thank you, everybody.
You're welcome.
Everybody have a good night.